Well, my name is Steve Ridgel, and if you watch this channel, you know I talk a lot about Jesus things, but today I want to do a confession. I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan. I was raised in the end zone of the old Cotton Bowl watching the Cowboys back in the 60s, and boy, just being a Dallas Cowboy fan is odd, but I'm here today in defense of Jerry Jones. Everybody talks about what a great owner he is, and that's probably true. He's in the Hall of Fame for that. And they also talk about what a terrible general manager he is. But I want to tell you, I think there's a chance Jerry Jones is a genius. Now, I know you're going to say, but what about Ezekiel Elliott? The whole NFL knows you don't give running backs big contracts. The game has changed. Now it's about your quarterback, your left tackle, your cover cornerback, even your wide receiver. It's not about running backs. And certainly no one gives them a second contract because, well, the wear and tear on running backs, they take a tremendous drop off after about 4 or 5 or 6 years in the league. But Jerry's smarter than everybody else. He gave Ezekiel Elliott a big contract, and I'm going to tell you what he did with that. He locked up the second best running back on his team for a long time. I get it. I know that he's really not, Ezekiel Elliott's not the best running back on the Cowboys. He's really probably not. Tony Pollard probably is. But we have locked up the second best running back on that team, and he's one of the top 5 second running backs in the league. In fact, because of the money Jerry spent, we probably can't re-sign Pollard to a contract. He'll probably be a free agent and leave, and we have a replacement. And immediately Ezekiel Elliott will come in and be one of the top 20 running backs in the league. So maybe Jerry's smarter. Doesn't matter. But Jalen Smith's another great example. We gave a big contract to Jalen Smith and cut him 5 games later. Now, when we drafted him in the second round, everybody said after that catastrophic knee injury, and everybody thought he'd never play again, and he did, came back, even made the Pro Bowl one year, but it was pretty clear he wasn't going to be a long-time answer. So why did Jerry give him such a big contract? And I have a theory. I think that one of the things you have to do to succeed as a general manager is fool the other general managers. Get them to want to do business with you so you can at some point take advantage of them. And I think by Jerry giving Jalen Smith a big contract when no other general manager in football would have done it, maybe his plan is to make the other general managers think Jerry doesn't know what he's doing. And they'll assume he never knows what he's doing. So someday he'll pull off a great trade. I don't know. But I will tell you what Jerry Jones has done. For the last 25 years, the Cowboys have been a 500 football team. They've played 500 football. They win about as many as they lose. Now you're going to think, well, what's so good about that? Well, a lot of teams don't. I mean, there are a lot of teams that lose a lot more than they win. And I know periodically they put it together and they make a deep run in the playoffs, even win a Super Bowl. But, you know, you have to endure those years when you lose a lot. So I really appreciate Jerry keeping us right at 500. You know, a lot of teams can't do that. And we'll even make the playoffs about every third year, and about every 5 or 6 years, we'll actually win a playoff game. Well, obviously, I'm being pretty sarcastic. And, you know, here's the thing. I can criticize Jerry Jones all day long. I do think he's a brilliant owner. He's made a lot of money and helped the NFL. I do think he's a terrible general manager. But you know what? I'm not sure I'd be any better. One thing is, I've never had money like that, so I don't understand how I'd do. And number 2, I'm not sure I wouldn't lead with my heart, too. I'm sure there'd be players I'd start liking, and I'd give them contracts that really aren't reasonable. So, you know, it's really easy to sit out here where I am with no money and nothing invested, just a fan, and criticize Jerry. But you know what? That kind of comes with the territory, and I'm going to tell you this. I bet he doesn't care what I think. So, as a Dallas Cowboy fan, I'm always frustrated, and I wish we'd finish this year strong, win a bunch of games, get to the playoffs, make a deep run, and wow, how exciting that would be. But I don't think that'll happen. And you know, the truth is, I don't know anything about running a football team. But I do know this. Whatever happens to the Dallas Cowboys won't be remembered in 500 years. But what I do about Jesus will. And I need to remember that.